What's up everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 6 of Little Witch Academia. In another delightful episode, it was. We got introduced to Lord Andrew. And Andrew, well, first off, is he actually their age? Like, they made it seem like he's like their age, but to be honest, he looks a lot older. Like, I thought he was like, 19 or something like that, but that's beside the point, that's beside the point. Anyway. Andrew and Diana have some history. You see, Diana and him, they've met a couple of times in the past, but they've never really been friends. And Andrew believes that magic is just an antique and it has no use in the 21st century. And I'm starting to see this being brought up more and more. So I'm starting to think that this is actually the plot of the series, to save magic. And perhaps Akko could be that person. Like, we learned more about other characters and about the world in this episode, but this episode is also set up for the plot of the series. I assumed from episode 1 that this is just going to be a slice of life, magic anime. But after this episode, I'm starting to believe that this probably isn't a slice of life, and instead is a magic school adventure, and I'm excited for this anime to go down that route. And speaking of the adventure for this episode, we go with Akko and how she is trying to master this one spell, but can't, so therefore she cannot attend this party for, Lord Andrew and his father's visit. So she decides to go to this thing called like the Fountain of Polaris. And the Fountain of Polaris, if you go to it, it'll bring out the hidden magic within you. So Akko decides to go, all while being half bunny. She looks adorable like that, actually, I'm not gonna lie. And she runs into Andrew and decides to drag Andrew along, and they run into Arcus, the protector of the Fountain of Polaris. Now this moment was really, really cool, how Andrew jumped over, well, not exactly jumped over, like how he escaped from Arcus was that he stepped back, got a running start, okay? Jumped off on this one little piece of wood thing, and then stepped on Arcus for an extra boost and made it over. And I was just like, Akko, I was like, okay. Like, that was awesome, okay? And now I'm really excited to see Andrew just because of that. To be honest, Andrew is a pretty good guy. I mean, sure, he doesn't like magic and thinks that it's useless, but I like the way how he talks. He talks very chivalrous. He's also a gentleman at that, and he's a pretty cool guy to pull off something like that. I mean, that jump was crazy. But they end up finding the Fountain of Polaris, and while Akko was there, she makes her wish for her hidden magic within to be brought out. But instead, she is shown the backstory of Shiny Chariot, who looks adorable. Oh my god, I can't even. Shiny Chariot. She looks amazing. Like the short red hair, I can't. I love her. Anyway, so with Shiny Chariot, we see that she worked pretty hard to get where she is, or to get where she was, I'll say, because there was a hint in this episode, of a rather obvious hint that if you don't get by now, I'm gonna be freaking pissed. But anyway, we see that Shiny Chariot worked pretty hard. How she tested her magic to help others. Sometimes she failed, but along the way she made friends, and soon enough she was able to become a great witch. And with the little extra help from the Fountain of Polaris, she was able to become the great entertainer that she is, and the witch that was able to inspire Akko. And Akko was inspired by that. And Ursula shows up, and Ursula's just like, the Fountain of Polaris will only help you out to those who have worked hard and not to those who just ask for it just to cheat. So of course that's not exactly what Ursula says, but you get the idea, because Akko only wanted the Fountain of Polaris just so she could cheat her way through the other exercises and just automatically become a great witch. So Akko sees the hard work that Shiny Chariot has put in to, becoming a great witch. So Akko is inspired and will now do the same, and she truly does love her idol. And that scene just I love that. She's just like, I really want to be like Shiny Chariot, like, oh, That's great. To be inspired by someone that much to better yourself is truly beautiful. And the episode ends with Andrew's father is pretty much convinced that magic is definitely useless in this era and that Luna Nova will definitely shut down soon enough. So, can the young witches of Luna Nova save the school and save magic for eternity? We shall see. Catch you later as I review The Promised Neverland. I'm your female otaku. Sayonara.